Welcome back to another episode of Knurled News Live. This is number 40.
Let's go.
Let's go. So today on the docket, we have some new products from Rep, Darko, UClips. We're going to talk about some other new items from Executive Fit, Arm Assassin Strength Shop, and then there's one more. What am I missing? Another one, surprise. You can also find the replays on Spotify and Apple.
That's right. That's right. Hey, so I wanted to get an update for the audience and for myself personally. I know that you're setting up your dedicated podcast space in the house. You sent some early pictures. What's going on? What's the update? How's progress coming on that?
Yes, so I would love to get a new studio-ish thing going before the winter. But winter's
Yeah.
here. We've got
Yeah.
snow on the ground.
Winter is coming now. Winter is here.
Yeah, so I turned the heater on in here a few hours ago, and it's still pretty chilly. But I think a dedicated space would just be easier for me to just always be able to easily set up a podcast, and it would help me get more podcasts out. So yeah, I have some extra space in the house that I started setting up and bought some posters for it. I want to get some shelves, and I did like a trial video and sent some pictures around to people for some inspiration. And the lighting's going to be tough, so I want to make it right. So I'll be in here until I can make it right.
Tell it's
But
right.
the lighting is a very tough thing to do, especially it's in a room with no overhead light.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's actually
It's
good.
not, yeah, it's not bad, but it's not ready for video at different times of the day. So like I
Gotcha.
noticed, like during the day, it might be an okay video, like an okay lighting, and then at night it's gonna be like I need additional lights on like each side, and then maybe one in the back.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I think what you're probably going to want to do is set it up so that you are never impacted by the outdoor lighting. So what I mean by that is you'll want to get some blackout curtains probably, and that way the lighting is the same because you're controlling it with your own lighting and you're not worrying about sunlight outside. Yeah, because otherwise you're going to remove one of those elements of convenient setup. Like it'll be a different type of setup for what time of day you're recording, type of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting how like YouTube has changed a lot of this. Like when I started doing this 3, 4 years ago and just doing like audio, it didn't really matter. And
Right.
then when you start on YouTube, it still didn't really matter too much at the beginning. But then like everybody else has like legit setups, and it makes it almost necessary to
It kind of does.
professionalize everything.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Good morning to the fellas that are here with us today. Speaking of winter is coming, I think our conversations around like our favorite TV shows have influenced me to start a rewatch of Game of Thrones, and it's so good in the beginning, at least. I This will be the first time I've rewatched, I think, the last season or two, so I'll report back. But yeah, it's freaking good. I was watching it this morning. I got like a quick mile in on the treadmill while watching some Game of Thrones. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Worth a rewatch.
So you do spend a lot of time watching on the treadmill, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Shows.
Definitely. Yeah, most of the time. Movies, I'm not usually on there for enough time to kill a movie. But sometimes I will. Like I'll break it up into one or two or three viewings, I guess. So yes, I do watch a lot of stuff. I've talked about it before. Like that's why my treadmill is probably my
Do
favorite
you
piece of
do
equipment.
you do you watch it on your phone or on a big screen?
Oh no, I have like a 30-inch TV that has a pivot mount like on the wall, so I can lay it flush up against the wall, or I can bring it out like directly in front of me, and it's perfect. So yeah, that's how I do it. I mean, I put a lot of like effort into getting the setup all like centered and good, and I usually have I have headphones on. So yeah.
Right. I feel like if I was to watch it on like my phone, I'd be wanting to like switch in and out, in and out, in and out. So it would have to be like right in front of me.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is it's hard to be on your phone while walking on a treadmill. Not
Mm.
impossible. You can do it, but like
You have to
eventually you
slow
just want to.
down.
Yeah, you don't realize that there's a subconscious part of your brain that you're taking away from focusing on staying centered and upright on the treadmill as soon as you start looking at your phone. So a lot of times I'll, put my feet out onto the rails and stand there and like, use my phone. But then my treadmill keeps me honest because I think if it senses that my weight isn't on the treadmill for like 10 or 15 seconds, it starts beeping at me like, are you still here? Are you still running or walking? So I have to jump back on to keep things going. So
Okay.
it's a good setup though.
Good info. What do you think about the dialed motion rep collab?
Oh, good question.
Oh,
I mean, I feel like we all kind of saw it coming. There was even at home gym con, I was having some conversations with individuals that work with certain companies, and even on day 2 of home gym con when I was having like private conversations, there were things that were saying like something's in the works, something's going to happen. Not it what They weren't directly saying each other. It was just like each company or people in the know at each company were being really like what do you say, what's the word you say, like kind of there's a word that I'm looking for, I can't find it, but you could tell that they were hinting at something but they couldn't say it was too new, but something had kind of happened,
I wonder
that there
when
was
it
going to be a
happened.
change. I wonder when it happened too. uh I don't know that Rep had anybody at home gym con that could have made a decision like that, but anyway, I think
No.
here's what I think it's the right move. I think it's going to result in a much better product, in a less expensive product. It just sucks that it's going to take that long. Like, there's going to be a few things that are going to drop prior to that, I assume, and that have maybe that some probably already have, and it'll impact their sales a little bit. But I'm just bummed that we have to wait. That's that's a
Yeah, I'm
long wait. That's like push it out another year.
I'm I'm very curious to see what the market looks like for that product later next year. I think there will be multiple options.
Yeah, that's essentially what I mean. I
Yeah.
mean, it had to have been a calculated risk, but it's cool. Maybe we'll get some color choices, and we already know Dialed Motion produces quality stuff, and Rep has done a good job. I think for with the Cleva collaboration in keeping that quality level high. It always it was always very, what's the word to say, like interesting to me, the level of quality that Dialed Motion was getting out of China, because you don't see the polish typically on made in China products like Dialed Motions had. So I don't know what they did, if they picked the right factory or they just paid more for those extremely tight tolerances and welds and things like that, but it's different. So it's the move.
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Paired and powered up. Well, Rep was in the Dialed Motion booth a bunch. I didn't see that, but yeah, makes sense. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Uh, I mean, I think I agree with everything you said. I think the biggest thing is, if Dialed Motion was to do it alone, based off of their history, it's going to be out of stock all the time,
Yeah.
and there's just going to be a waiting list. And I think, yeah, morphing the two with like Rep's strength of manufacturing, and they already have a bunch of really high quality benches. I think there's quite a bit of potential for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still curious to see how, it's such an innovative product. I want to know how many people are actually interested in the bench attachments ecosystem. I'm still not 100% sure those are going to be as popular as what everyone thinks they are.
I agree with you on that. I think that the leg curl leg extension is the exception to that in terms of bench attachments. But all the other ones like the dip and preacher curl and all of that, at least for me, I just no, no. And I think I learned that real early in this home gym phase, that started in COVID when I bought the Rep Fitness Zero Gap bench and I bought the leg roller attachment, for like sit-ups and stuff, and never used it and just thought, okay, yeah, this doesn't make any sense for me at least. So I have a question for you. Do you think, no, better put, how long do you think before Rep releases their version of what Freak Athlete's new bench is, and then Mikolo has one where the top part of the pad folds over, essentially making like a short, I don't know what you call those in the gym, but like a utility bench type of thing? How long do you think before Rep drops theirs?
Haven't thought about that.
Okay.
But I would say that that's probably in their next iteration of benches.
Yeah, I think so too.
I bet they take some sort of unique take on it though.
Yeah.
I bet. I mean, I think I would say it might take them longer to come out with something like that because they want to do it right and they want to
Yeah.
find something that's not already out there.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
yeah.
I was just shocked to see how quickly the other companies like Mikolo, I think there's 3 of them now. I can't remember who else released one of those. But
Ritfit did.
RitFit. Okay, so we've got RitFit, Mikolo, and Freak Athlete, with Freak Athlete being the more premium priced one of all of them. So I thought, okay, Rep's for sure going to come in with this.
Yeah, and they also have the Exponent Edge one, which was the first.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Yes, that's
Yeah.
the partnership with Freak Athlete. Yeah. So I guess I'm just personally interested because I'm wanting something like that. Like I said, I've been considering the Iron Master bench. I held out, didn't jump on their Black Friday sale. So
I would agree with this one. The ABX bench does look really good. I think we
it's
covered
just
this.
so expensive, man.
Yeah,
It's like over $600.
that's
It's an
what a
expensive
good
bench.
rep bench does. That is though.
I know, but Rep so because I know what I know, like Rep is just a larger company. They have, they're better customer support. Like, I don't know, like if you're choosing between the two, there's a lot to think about. Do you want to be the first to have it, or do you want to, I don't know, take this? It's like buying V1 Titan, right? Like you don't
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like it's a good bench. We're really nerding out here.
yeah, we are.
Let's see, what else does people have to
I want to
say?
just show, okay,
Also,
there we
like,
go.
what's going on with ATX, man? When are they coming?
I don't
People are
know.
patiently waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should reach out to Flo and Marvin and ask them just straight up, like, hey guys, give us an. Maybe we should just invite them to the show and just
Well,
throw 1,000 questions
I
at them.
think when they're ready, they will come on the show. Yeah, I think yeah. I've been asking them for a while now, and it's been like when we're ready, when we're ready to launch, we'll come and talk on the podcast. But I don't know when that will be.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I wish I knew more. So, yeah, not sure. I want to. This was a well thought. Let's see, Rep. So he's speaking about the leg extension. Rep brought their hyped leg developer and dialed motion, blew them out of the water. This is at home Gym Con. It only made sense for Rep to cut their losses to go with the better design. Why build when you can buy? Yeah, he's absolutely right. Or they're absolutely right. So what else? There's, oh yeah, yes, we are getting an early start because when we're gonna stay here, we're gonna stay. What would we say? We're on like mountain time. I'm on mountain time. So I'm because I'm in Phoenix. I don't observe daylight savings time. So in order not to push me into the 8:30 Pacific Standard Time hour, we're gonna keep it here. So for you, East and Central and everything, we're back an hour.
9:30
Anyway,
Eastern. So it might be a while before we change it back, if we change it back.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, that's we could keep nerding out. I've got other stuff I could talk about, or we can jump into the deck.
We can jump into the deck, and then if you have other stuff, we can talk about at the end. Real quick, home gym con update. We're like 8.5 months out.
Holy cow.
Yeah, 8.5 months out. We started after last year. We were 13 months out. Seemed like it was going to be forever, but we are creeping up towards the halfway point. I guess a few updates. Brute Force Australia signed up, so they're coming from
All right.
Australia, which should be pretty awesome. And then also we have a stealth number 4 company who is currently choosing their booth spot. So it is a
Okay.
an unreleased company. They got a big booth. I have no idea what the products are, but should be cool. Big booth.
Stealth companies. All right.
Stealth number 4. So we've got let me so we have 4 stealth companies. One is no, I can't really give any details. I can't give any details on stealth 1, but very interesting. Stealth number 2, smaller, known people in the community starting up a company.
Okay. Okay.
Stealth number 3, also a known member of the community. Stealth number 4 is this new bigger booth that I don't have any idea what the products are.
All right. Well, the I don't know, the excitement around stealth companies. I think after last year, I think that was the first time that we had like this whole stealth company idea. And then I think, what do we have, 2 or 3 going into last year's home gym con? And then did any of them actually manifest into being there?
Yeah, one ended up coming. So all of the stealth companies they're not just companies that are hiding and they don't want people to know they're going to be there. It's like in development
Right.
companies.
Yes,
Like
that's a good way to put it. In
um
development. Yes.
and then every so there were 3, the 2 that didn't make it both let me know that it was tariff related. And two of them the 2 of them are also on this list.
Okay. So 2 of the 4 are uh were the last year 2 that didn't make it because of the
Correct.
tariffs. Hey,
Correct.
got to praise that resilience. They're fighting through the tariffs. So good job. Here's a great question that I hadn't even thought to ask. Where's Vulcan at on attending Home Gym Con? Have you had any actual like back and forth with them over the years on Home Gym Con? I'm sure you've invited them.
Yeah, so I actually recorded a podcast last night, and I gave a little story that, since it's being brought up, I'll bring up again. So, back in 2024, there was a company who who signed up for Home Gym Con middle of the year, got their booth, and they were planning on bringing their new all-in-one and showcase it to the home gym community, probably get some feedback. And about a week before the event, they canceled and they did not show up. And a year and a half later, that power rack gets a very bad review on YouTube. And I have to say, I think if they were able to make it to year number 2 of Home Gym Con, which was in 2024, all of this would not have happened. They would
Oh,
have they would have gotten the feedback they needed right there at the event, hopefully made changes. Uh, yeah, so that did happen. Vulcan backed out about a week. I mean, I think they had a good reason. They had a good reason. I don't want to shame them for being busy and not being able to make it. But I do think the in general the storyline could have changed if they would have been able to get, hundreds of people testing out their rack right there, and you know, it would have just been an easier path forward, I think.
that is a great lens to to view this through. That yes, if they had brought what we now know to be that that functional trainer rack, they would have saved themselves a lot of heartache right now,
I
because everybody
think,
would have called them
yeah,
out on that stuff and said, "Hey, here's how you improve. Here's how you improve." They would have had just the perfect place to A/B test that. And you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's a good point.
And it was, year 2, it was kind of before that reputation had really been made known well. But it did happen year 2. There were plenty of companies that just brought a bunch of their maybe unreleased products or
Hmm.
V1 products, and they got a ton of great feedback from the most educated consumers on them, like out there. Those are the ones that typically that went to the early years of Home Gym Con. Yeah, I don't think this all would have happened if, yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. So this is funny. This is just Mark being funny. Oh, that wasn't the one. This one, sorry. So all this is basically Jake's fault for charging too much. He's kidding. Jake does not charge a lot to
Trust me,
these
no.
manufacturers to come. I think more than anything, it's probably just all of the ancillary cost of, transporting, getting their stuff there, paying for
For
staff
sure.
to be there, the hotels, all of that kind of stuff. So it's that. It's not the actual cost of participation in Home Gym Con, getting a booth. It's the other stuff.
It's a lot of
So
effort. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of effort. And I think, yeah, it's definitely not the booth cost foremost. It
right.
is how much time, like, especially a lot of these smaller companies, they have to actually like close up shop for a week to
Right.
go to Home Gym Con. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Put
it's
their
a
out of
big
office
commitment.
on.
So yeah, that is why we try and preach, like, make sure you visit as many booths as possible. Um, Talk to the smaller companies. Yeah, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it, or else it wouldn't have grown like this.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Um,
But yeah, isn't
that's
that
I
kind
don't
of an
know.
interesting story?
It is. I don't want. I mean, I feel like the topic around the whole Vulcan thing has been, well, I don't know. The conversation has already kind of happened, and it's an interesting thing. I don't even know if we should cover it. I'll just speak for myself. It's interesting to be in our position where we have a voice, and I don't. I battle with like just throwing my true feelings out there about the whole thing, and having this tiny little platform that we have to share our opinions, and then getting it wrong, or offending somebody who's potentially a partner down the road. But then I also look at Gluck's approach, and it's like, yeah, he speaks his heart, he speaks his mind, and he's still winning. I guess just for me, it's like, how do we deal with this?
Yeah,
How do we
legal
approach
stuff.
this?
Legal
Yeah,
stuff is scary.
legal stuff
Yep.
is scary. Yeah, I guess that's the good way to put it. Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, I have thoughts. We shared. What was even more interesting is that last week, all of that
Yep.
broke while we were live, right? Like
That's why
somebody was
people were saying those comments.
right.
We're like, I don't know,
I
maybe.
no, is Vulcan suing Gluck? I'm not
And then
sure. And
yeah,
then
I
we
opened up
sign
the
off, and it's
Facebook
like,
group,
holy
and
crap!
yeah,
Yeah, this is happening. Yeah,
yes, it was interesting.
yeah,
Sad situation.
it is.
But let's move on to some products. So first of all, we have the stainless steel uprights and cross members from Rep. So these include a mirror finish and enhanced corrosion resistance. This is something they've been hinting at for a while now. Side note, it is about 2 times the price of regular powder coated options.
Yeah. Didn't they, and they had these, I feel like, at year 2 of Home Gym Con. Didn't they have some stainless steel uprights and cross members on their, they had that whole big plate wall, remember, up against the back wall there? And I think it was built out of stainless steel components. And people were asking, like, oh, is Rep going to bring a stainless steel line? And then I think we all forgot about it because it never happened. And then 2.5 years later, here we are.
Was it stainless steel or was it clear coat?
It was not clear coat for sure. It
Okay.
had a matte. It had like a matte finish to it, which was more in line with the stainless steel. I could be wrong, but it for sure looked like stainless steel, and people were talking. It was buzzing around a little bit, like, hey, are those stainless steel? Is Rep coming with stainless steel? So this whole, and the fact that they're calling this a mirror finish, I don't know if a mirror finish stainless steel. I'm not sure what that's going to look
I mean,
like.
I took that from
No, I
their
know.
website, yeah. Or Instagram post maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. I looked at them. I went on there and priced out like what it would cost to build out like a stainless steel rack. Yeah. It's definitely something that I've been thinking about, is at least adding a couple stainless steel components. But I also live in one of the driest climates ever, so I don't have to worry about corrosion and stuff. It would just be more aesthetic for me than anything.
Yeah, it's definitely just a flex to have
Yeah.
stainless steel uprights.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the bummer too. Yeah. Mag pins do not work on stainless
That's a
steel.
good point.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that would be a bummer.
Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, cool release. I'm glad to see that they're doing it. So yeah.
Yeah, let's see what we have next up. Major Fitness B17. So this is Major Fitness's newest released all-in-one. So in general, I would say this is a more premium option compared to what they have had in the past. I would say also looks pretty well refined. It's also not quite as high level as some of the other recent all-in-ones released with 3x3 posts and 1-inch holes. So the big difference here is this one has 2x3 uprights made from 12 gauge steel in the front and then 14 gauge steel in the back. It also features a selectable 1-to-1 pulley ratio and 2-to-1 pulley ratio. Has a limit on the rack of a weight limit on the rack of 1,000 pounds. Includes integrated weight stacks, bar storage. You can see the cable storage or cable attachment storage on the back. And then, yeah, it just looks like Major Fitness is taking a step up and trying to create a more premium product line and build a stronger brand here.
Yeah, it looks great. Do you know price on
Yep.
this guy?
I almost cut you off and said the price. It's $39.99 right now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty. It looks like it's a good looking rack. It doesn't look flimsy. I think the big thing for me would be, do I want to add other attachments to it from other brands? And that's probably not super easy to do without it being 3x3. Right. But it also comes what is it, like $2,500 cheaper than like the C20 from Force USA.
Yeah. I think this is going to do very well for them outside of our like smaller circle of enthusiasts who would look at this and immediately dismiss it because it's 2x3. But the general public is going to eat this up. Most of the time when I talk to casuals or people who are just looking to, start building a home gym, and I always ask them questions like, hey, yeah, what have you seen? What do you like? It's always these brands, Major Fitness, Rit Fit. That's what they're looking at. They see something like this and think, oh, wow, I can just, make one purchase and have everything that I need. and it's affordable, and they don't know the difference between a 2x3, a 3x3, the size of the holes and the spacing. So I think this is going to do really, really well for them. It's just not going to maybe appeal to most of us who have already started building our home gyms, but it looks nice. I
It
thought it
does
was
look
three by
nice.
three when I was seeing people talk about it, just because the front of it is the 3 inch wide, so you can't really tell the depth of that upright. But it does look great. It's a good looking rack.
It's pretty sleek, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Next up, we have from Darko Lifting, just the dip curl bar holders. So another very niche product that I'm guessing Darko just like winged up himself because he wanted
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to put his curl bar.
Yeah.
So these are two rubber, what do you call it? Sleeves that you put onto a dip attachment. I guess it's probably only compatible with like the Mutant Metals one or other brands that have the same size handles,
Okay.
based off the top of my head. But it also doubles as a fat grip style attachment. So you can, yeah, I mean, dual purposes. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't have, I have a rackable curl bar. I think that a rackable curl bar is worth the upgrade. However, if you can have something like this makes a normal curl bar more appealing, I think.
I agree. It's I mean, it looks like, I mean, it's compatible with plenty of different diameters of handles. So
Oh, yeah, you're right.
yeah, so I don't think
Definitely.
it would have to be the Mutant Metals. I think you could even get creative about how you would put these on any type of, piece of metal to, I mean, even if you had like, I don't know, extra uh, plate holders or plate pins, that you wanted to kind of hack into something like this, but you didn't want metal on metal. So you just throw the dip curl bar holders on top to protect your curl bar. It's I think it's a great idea. It's one of those things where Darko benefits from actually being a home gym owner and user of his home gym. So he comes across similar, I don't know, challenges or problems that he wants to solve, and he can solve them, and then duplicate
Sell
that for sell. Yeah,
them.
yeah. I think what it gives me, what it makes me think about is, if you have fat grips, would those work? Like if you already had a pair of fat grips, could you kind of do the exact same thing? Probably. It's a good idea. Although I, like you, I have a rackable curl bar. I also have a short curl, or, regular size curl bar like this. I've never really found a need. I don't even use my rackable that much. I go for my
I was
standard one.
I was gonna ask which one do you use more? Why and why? Can you explain why you use the regular one more? Is it just easier
Yeah,
to
it's
wield
just
around?
the balance of it, like when you're doing curl type accessory work, whether it's curls or skull crushers or something, like that extra length on the curl bar, you feel that wobble kind of to it, and I prefer the load to be, tighter in. It's just a better feel, I think, in my opinion. There's exceptions. There might be a couple of movements where it's like, okay, the rackable is going to make more sense here, but yeah, it's in use. I like the feel of the standard curl bar more.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good info.
Hmm.
Next up, W grip from UClips. So Elliot from UClips keeps making, I don't know how to say this, affordable, versatile cable attachments.
Hmm.
This one, I think this has some of the like American barbell tricep extension features. It's a lot cheaper though. It has a couple different angles though, that you can use for a variety of reasons, like rows, for example,
Hmm.
rotation. So you can do it during rows, curls, push downs, and then also overhand stuff should be possible as well. I think it's like 45 bucks right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, not anything incredibly groundbreaking, but seems like a really good price. stainless steel handles as well, I believe.
Oh, really? I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, stainless steel.
Wow. Stainless steel handles under $40 or well, right now I think it's pre-sale. All
It's
right.
like a big pre-sale. Like the
Yeah.
pre-sale amount is high. I think it was like I I should have remembered this, but I think it's like 44.99 or 49.99 versus $89.
Gotcha. Let's see. Oh, 89 is going to be the retail price.
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can. He might not have it on the website. It might just
It's there.
be. Is it? Okay, is it
Yeah.
just newsletter? There we go. Yeah. Okay. 49.99 is the sale price right now. It's gonna
Okay.
retail at 75.
I was off.
Yeah, a little bit.
Thanks for checking that.
I think even at 75, this is an interesting option. I think the movement that's least interesting to me is the rows.
Yeah.
Basically anything for pulling, and that's only because he went with rotating handles on it. I think that's going to impact your pulling movements a little bit, but everything else looks like it's a great option. On top of that, because you and I know Elliot, he's just a really good dude. And if you want to support small business owners who really care about the community and give back to the community, Elliot is that guy. He's great. So for that much, and his products are cool too. Like I have the UClips; they're really nice. He thinks through stuff. I actually really like his Viking press, which he hasn't really talked about a whole lot. I used it at Home Gym Con. I thought it was pretty cool. Like the angles on it were really good. So yeah, I like it. I've seen people talking about it a little bit too in the Home Gym Facebook group. So hopefully it does well for him. I will
This one or
definitely
the
be trying it.
landmine? This one or the landmine?
This one. I was talking about this one. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then next up, we have a custom piece called the Impress Bar from Arm Assassin Strength Shop. So these include, so this is a custom build for Jared Martin. And it's also something that you can request from Arm Assassin Strength Shop. But this one includes the supinated handles. I don't know if you've ever used a regular like T-bar that with the straight handles, but whenever I use it, it's like shaky.
Right.
Whereas this should be a bit more comfortable on the wrists and allow for better movement. Jared, if you're in the comments, feel free to chime in. He also sent me some videos that I ran out of time to post, but
Jared did.
yes, Jared did.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I've used, I don't know, a handful of different multi-grip bars. I had the Kabuki Cadillac. I had like the Titan non-cambered one. I currently have the American Barbell T-Grip, and I have the Elite FTS American cambered. So I have two right now, but I've gone through others in the gym, and they're interesting things. Like they're very specific to your build, to your strength, like how you're going to like the feel of them. The spacing on the handles. I think that's why Rogue came out with theirs, where you can move the handles around. So this one, I kind of have trust with Jared. You know, Jared was also the mastermind behind the Black Widow VHS bar, which
Yes.
I know people
Yes.
love and has sold really well for Black Widow. So knowing that about Jared's insights into making a uniquely designed bar, I'm sure this one's going to be great
Yeah.
as well. And it
And
looks
then
really cool.
side note, those knurled handles came from Dean from Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
So
He
it's
made the
kind of like
handles
a
and Arm
collab.
Assassin's doing the frame.
I think Jameson, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Dean can add some can send some custom knurled handles, and Luke from Arm Assassin Strength Shop can, make them non-knurled. And you can make regular handles without the famous Black Widow knurl handles.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is one of those ones where I think like even Home Gym Con is a great place where it's like if you're want to try a bunch of different camber grip bars or multi grip bars, that's how you do it. Because there is a lot of nuance to them. Like for instance, I hated the Kabuki Cadillac bar. I thought it hurt my shoulders more than
Oh,
it helped
really?
them. Yeah, again, just unique builds, unique old injuries, that kind of thing. Yeah, and I love the Elite FTS camera grip bar. It feels perfect for me. So,
Interesting, because I liked the Cadillac bar more than the Elite FTS one.
see, there you go.
Mm,
Yeah, it's very much specific to the user.
there we
Let's
go.
see. Okay, there's a neural free option for a similar price. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have one more product from another smaller manufacturer, made in America manufacturer, Executive Fit. So these are shock drop pads from Executive Fit. So these pads will help your barbell stay in place, probably less noisy as well. If you're looking for a premium deadlift platform or a way to upgrade what you already have, Nate's your guy. Nate's your guy. He
Yeah,
makes incredible stuff,
he
and
really does.
it really has cool to see how his business has grown over the last 4 or 5
5 years?
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
he seems like he's doing pretty well, and his stuff just keeps getting better and better and better. And I see him upgrading his machinery, and yeah, very very cool story over there in Pennsylvania with Executive Fit. I think Arm Assassin is also in Pennsylvania.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what Nate's got going on here. What kind of pads he's using. I know that historically he always used like a horse stall mat with his deadlift platforms.
Yeah, these are upgraded. Yeah.
These are different. Yeah, these are different. But again, just another great dude, Nate, that I would love to support. Anybody should love to support. So I'll have to check these out at this year's Home Gym Con. I mean, I'm wondering. It doesn't say this, but like I know AbMat has their weird new like drop pads, thin drop pads coming out. It kind of reminds me of that. Like he's got like a larger pad that he's putting into the deadlift platform. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Jameson saying if this is too big, check out their deadlift box, which is a smaller version of that, and then BTC 4020. I don't think they're selling those pads yet, right? That they teased at Home
Not
Gym
yet.
Con. They're not selling them yet. Those were, yeah.
No, I did talk to Austin, and
Did you?
last I talked, they were close, but they've been a very hard product to develop,
Oh, really?
especially to make them like very clean looking.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that. They were cool though. I mean,
they're
I saw
very
people
cool.
using them. Like the fact that you can get that type of drop shock resistance in a small form pad like that, I
Yeah,
think they'll do well.
I would much rather have those than regular crash pads,
Yes.
which take up quite a bit of space.
Yes, they do. I sold mine for just that very reason. They took up a ton of space. So yeah, a lot of potential there. Good, interesting stuff. I feel like the releases are slowing down, and we'll probably won't see a bunch of new releases right now while Black Friday sales are going on. I think the beginning of the year is when we'll see a bunch of stuff that these companies are kind of shelving to get through their Black Friday sales. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm based off word on the street. Word on the street is Q1's going to be big. Lots of new
Oh, really?
releases. Yeah, I've heard some murmurs.
Well, all right.
So
Excuse me. Cool. Good
we'll keep
stuff.
you guys updated on
We
Knurled
will indeed.
News.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, as we start bringing this in for a landing, let us know. What I was going to share with you, unrelated to home gym equipment, is so remember we were talking about Project Hail Mary audiobooks. I know you finished Project Hail Mary, and I listened to it a second time. At this right after you finished it, really enjoyed it the second time. Really looking forward to the movie. Did you watch the movie trailer after you finished reading the book?
Maybe.
No. Okay, maybe not. But okay, that's coming out early next year. But I had a couple of people reach out to me in the DMs after that, making some recommendations for new audiobooks to listen to. One of
Okay.
them was the Bobaverse. And it's like We Are Legion, We Are Bob. It's like a series of books. And I got it. I started listening to it. In the beginning of it was like really interesting, and now I'm like probably 30% into it, and it kind of started to lose my interest a little bit. I couldn't stick with it. There's a lot of stuff moving around and different characters at play. And when you're listening to an audiobook where it's not as easy just to flip back a page or two to kind of, get your bearings, like, wait, where are we at? Okay, and then pick back up. I found myself just losing interest. But then another recommendation came called for a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl. Super weird name for a book. But I started listening to that audiobook this past weekend, and it is great. Like
What was the name again? Dungeon
Dungeon
Crawler.
Crawler Carl. It's technically called a lit RPG, so that means literary role playing game. But it's if you played video games as a kid growing up at all and just like a fun, exciting story, I would recommend it. And I'm not even finished with it. I'm only
Oh my gosh, it
maybe
has
it's like a 4.9 out of 5 stars on
with
Audible.
44,000 ratings
Yeah.
on
It's really
Audible
good.
only.
It's really good. I would
Whoa,
recommend it.
interesting.
I would recommend it. So
I'm gonna grab it right now.
I've
Have
got
some
2 more
credits.
Audible credits right now, and I'm already ready to buy the second and third book with those with those
Wow.
credits because it's really good. So there's my audiobook recommendation of the week, Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's the narration is fantastic.
Gotcha. I'm actually in a audiobook slump, so maybe this gets me out of it.
There
You
you
ever
go.
were you ever getting like one of those? It's certain times of the year, certain weeks, for whatever reason, it's hard to like concentrate on something like that. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's
Well, so
been
it's go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
yeah, it's
off.
just been one of those months, weeks.
It's hard to find the time. What's interesting is like I'm super into Game of Thrones right now, and any spare minute I have, I'm like, watching a little bit of that. And then I've got this new audiobook I just started. But as we've talked about before, one of my new hobbies here in Phoenix is quail hunting. And quail hunting season opened a few weeks ago. And a lot of quail hunting is just wandering the desert, looking for movement and then chasing quail. And so what I've come to like to do is listen to audiobooks while I'm out there wandering the desert. And so that's how I started Dungeon Crawler Carl this past weekend is I went quail hunting. You're out there for 6, 7 hours. Great time to listen to an audiobook while you're
You don't need to
hunting
hear.
birds.
You're not like using your ears to listen for the quails.
Yep, you do. I mean, I do. It's so a couple of things. I have an Apple Watch that makes it really easy to start and stop the audiobook without having to like go grab my phone out of my pocket. But the other thing too is that the headphones or the ear protection that I wear while hunting also has external mics. So even when
Oh,
you're protecting your ears, it picks up bird chirps and sounds. You can hear yourself walking in the dirt even, and you can
gotcha.
control the volume of that separate from the volume of your audiobook. So it doesn't, I guess what I'm
That's cool.
saying in short
Yes.
is that it does not impact your ability
Kind of
to
gives you like a
hunt.
heads up there's noise. And you
Yeah,
can turn it
yeah, and
down yeah.
yeah, or pause it, or and even
Yeah.
even with those, they don't give you good directional sound. You just kind of are hearing it right there. So what you'll typically do is just like take them off, and then use your ears for a second, and then move towards the sound, and then put them back on when you think you're gonna potentially shoot your shotgun. So it works. Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
good question.
I'm gonna start
Yes,
it. I'm gonna start that book.
quail is delicious. Yes, it is. And
Is it?
thank
I've
you,
never.
Jameson. I will watch out for rattlesnakes. They are out there. I have not seen one, thank God, but they're out there. You definitely have to watch out. Yeah, quail is it tastes like a better chicken, like slightly sweeter. It's really good. Ooh, look at this. just bought Project Hail Mary on your recommendation. You will not be disappointed. I need an affiliate link for Project Hail Mary or
Yeah,
something.
we need to put an Audible subscription
Affiliate
link
link?
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should. We should. Such a great book. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about Crawler Carl. You might
All
beat
right.
me. You seem to crush Project Hail Mary in just like a few days, so you might surpass me on listening time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you just explained with if you're into like a movie or a show, if I am into something, I'll spend like all of my extra time with it. Um, yeah, it's just hard to I wish I had the ability to work and listen.
Yeah, that
You
doesn't.
just can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's somebody out there who can listen to somebody talking in their ear and still like type and read and other stuff,
I
that's
think there's certain jobs you
crazy.
can. Like certain jobs you can. But if you're like actually writing and doing certain things, I don't know. I think certain jobs, like if you're front desk at the YMCA,
Oh, yeah, sure. Something like that.
like,
Yeah,
something
that
like
would work.
that.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Dial motion strap safeties are sweet. Maybe they can collaborate with Rep on that. That's not a bad idea. I wonder how their sales went on those when they dropped them. So,
Yeah.
but
I
they
also
were a favorite product of mine at Home Gym Con.
I also wonder what Dialed Motion's like business strategy is going to be going forward. Are they going to like try and just collab with companies with their designs, or be a standalone company? We'll see. I also
Hmm.
wonder if it gets murky, or it's got to be like a tough decision. Like, what if Rogue and Rep came to you at the same time and like we want, that would be tough.
It does happen. I mean, I've talked to some of our friends in the community, and they've had that kind of thing, and it does sound like a challenging thing to navigate. I think from what we know, it seems like Rogue moves a little bit slower, but potentially has a much bigger audience to sell to. Some of the others, like Rep, can move a little bit quicker. Still with the same audience. It's just it would be a big decision if you're the creator. Like, what do I do here?
Yeah.
So,
You know what? A company that I reached out has some interest in Home Gym Con. I'm hesitant to mention it, but it's one of those companies where you can send in your designs and they can make prototypes for you. I think even be your manufacturer.
oh, did
Um,
Send Cut Send reach out about coming to Home Gym Con?
Maybe I reached out to SendCut Send and they said
Oh,
it's an industry they're very interested in. I think
oh,
that would be
okay.
really cool. A lot, and then a lot of companies, they want to see the show first. They want to like walk the show first. So there's definitely like a handful of companies that are like, we're really interested. We're just going to walk the show next year, see how it goes. I'm
Okay.
like, man, that's like 2 years from now until we see it then.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You're right. You are correct. Oh, there's Jared.
Oh, shoot,
We
Jared.
threw him off with our earlier start time.
We even asked if you were in the comments. We talked
Yeah,
about your impress bar.
were your
Hopefully,
ears burning?
hopefully I didn't mess that up too much.
Yeah, we were talking about the bar, the new Impress bar, which looks great. Jared actually sent me some pictures of that a few weeks back as well. So it was cool to see you have it ready. While Jared's getting his self caught up a little bit, let's see, both BTC 4020 and Colonial Barbell Club are talking about this new It series on HBO. I do not like horror anything for the most part. It doesn't, I don't think I've seen any of the It movies, so but I have been hearing really good things about the series, but I don't I just yeah.
Since we are off topic, I have a lot of different podcast ideas to put into Garage Gym Radio, and one of them, and I have no idea if this is one of those where it's like, ooh, I don't know, but anything but home gym topics,
Oh, perfect.
something like that, like
Yeah.
a podcast where you can't talk about home gyms at all.
But where we all come from, but like the host would be from this space type of thing.
Yeah, it would just be
Yeah.
everyone in this space could come on and do like I don't know, like round table style. I don't know. It's just kind of like one thing on the maybe one day
I
list.
mean, you know, I like the idea because
Yeah,
I
you
feel
would
like
be good at it.
I'm always the one veering off of home gym stuff. Um, yeah. So real quick, Joey, yes, the earlier start time is because of daylight savings time, and then BTC 4020 understands. Yes, we do not have daylight savings time here in Arizona, so it is currently 8:30 my time, or 8:27 right now. So I'm 2 hours behind what Eastern, 1 hour behind Central now, and then
Hmm.
1 hour ahead of Pacific. It's weird. It's
Oh,
probably
that
the
is
weirdest
weird.
thing. It's yeah, it's a weird thing. But yes, that's why we have moved to this different start time. For me, it's stayed the same because I can't start that later. Um, Joey experiencing new home life. Talk about replacing all the siding on a new house. Yeah, I think it was when Joey told me at home Gym Con that he was moving to Washington. I was like, oh, you're gonna have a whole new batch of stuff to deal with all that moisture. Like keeping your house free, free of rot and mold is like an all year challenge.
Mm.
Yeah, let's see. What is the? Oh, okay. Jared's just talking about the new It series. He's not talking about the Empress bar. All right.
What's the It series?
It's a so remember, the scary movie with the clown, like the killer clown.
Yeah.
It was called It. It's a
Oh,
Stephen
okay.
King novel. They've released a couple of movies, maybe a few, and now they're doing a show for it on
Mm.
HBO. I think it's like the origins of the killer clown guy
Kind of
thing.
cool.
I don't know. I guess anytime I just don't like being scared,
I
man.
don't either.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, my daughter's on this new thing where she's always trying to scare me, and uh she's got me a couple of times, but of course I don't want to admit it to her. Oh yeah, no, you didn't get you didn't get me. I just don't like being scared like that. But people love that
Oh yeah,
adrenaline
yeah,
rush of like, am I
yeah,
gonna be scared? Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. I definitely would not want to go to the theaters for a scary movie.
Here, I'll when I have watched them, what I'll do is you can kind of sense when there's potentially a jump scare moment coming, and I'll just mute it. Like I'll just keep watching it and mute it because it's always the audio that makes you jump out of your seat, right? They'll accompany the scary moment with like a crazy, just whatever sound, and that's what makes you literally poop your pants. And so I'll just mute it. Okay, this looks they're about to try and scare me. Let's mute this real quick and see what happens. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I know myself. I haven't watched a scary movie in years.
same.
Well,
All
I
right.
think that's probably good.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week at 9:30 Eastern.